wale wanaongea mambo mingi wajitayarishe kwa hii mtihani. Wasiongee tu hivi. They must have a plan, and that plan must be better than mine. Lakini kama ni kuongea tu hii kelele, watazama asubuhi na mapema.
President William Ruto says he is ready for the 2027 contest, challenges his opponents to make a better campaign manifesto. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. I'm delighted to be in the company of Laura Omondi tonight on our sign language interpretation. Let's get this show started. Now, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission EACC detectives earlier on Tuesday arrested Kiambu County Governor Kimani WAMATANGI over alleged corruption following early morning raids at his residence and county offices. 9 senior county officials were also arrested in the crackdown linked to suspected embezzlement of public funds and conflict of interest in procurement deals. EACC detectives say they seized documents and electronic devices crucial to the probe. The operation follows months of pressure from Kiambu leaders for investigations into the governor who succeeded Ferdinand Waititu, now in prison for a case of 588 million shillings graft case. In February, Senator Karungo Wathangwa urged the EACC to probe the county's shift from an automated to a manual payment system, alleging it enabled ghost workers and the theft of 390 million Kenyan shillings.
Tumesikia amevamiwa kutoka saa 10 asubuhi. Gavana wetu nini amefanya? Ametuletea maendeleo kwa Kiambu. Ametupatia kuku na nini. Wanaanza kuimport kwa ajili ya bure. Hii ni mabaya. Watutishia WAMATANGI wetu. Hakuna kitu kingine tunataka. Hakuna kitu WAMATANGI amefanya. Hakuna, ni maendeleo tu. Unamwonea wivu.
Leo kutoka saa 10 askari walikuwa hapa, wakaenda wakadisplay kole Wangige. Pale Wangige walikuja saa 10 wakatudanganya ati President Ruto anakuja, ndio wakuja kwa governor. Sasa kitu saa 1 ndio tumejua wako hapa kwa governor kuja kumshika, na tunajua ya ukweli governor wetu amefanyia Kiambu kazi. He has made a great badabo vurugu. Hakukuwa na vurugu wakifanya hiyo investigation yao. Sasa saa ile vurugu imekuja ni vile wamebeba governor wetu na hatujui wamempeleka mpaka wapi. Hata sisi ndio tunataka tujue pale yako.
Kwa ufupi, it's very unfair. It's very unfair because governor ameshughulikia watu wote wa Kiambu, na hapa ni kwake kwa nyumba, na wanakuja kwa nyumba, hata wanatupiga na tear gas, wanapiga even live bullets, wanapiga so it is very unfair. It's very unfair.
Now, the governor was released just this evening and has alleged that the EACC moves is equal to political witch hunt. So we'll be keeping tabs with that story as well. Now, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has intimated the team that will constitute the opposition set to challenge President William Ruto at the ballot come 2027. Gachagua, while speaking at a burial ceremony in Machakos, mentioned key players of the coalition, including Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, George Natembeya, and Fred Matiang'i. Gachagua said the team has a plan to deliver development to the Kenyan people. The former Deputy President has also sensationally claimed that his life is in danger. In a letter to the Inspector General of Police, copied to President William Ruto, Gachagua listed multiple incidents that he claimed were a threat to his life.
A nation gets developed when the leader of that nation puts the national interest ahead of commercial interest. That is the answer. Uongoze Kenya, hapana weka biashara kwake. Kidu ukiweka biashara tunakwama. We have a responsibility, Bishop, also to give hope to our people. Kama viongozi, tukiwa kanisani. Watu ya payslip, Si mambo yenu imeharibika. The payslip has been raided. Tuliambiwa tutaweka pesa mfukoni, ile kidogo ilikuweko ikafanya nini? SHA inafanya kazi ama haifanyi? Watoto wa university wanasoma ama wamekuwa nyumbani? So if we are here in Katelembo, ni jukumu letu tukiwa nao viongozi to give hope to our people. Tumesikiza Wakenya wanasema tupangane, tutafute serikali mpya mzuri ya kusaidia Kenya. Na hiyo tunafanya. Na huyu kiongozi wenu Kalonzo Musyoka, huyu Eugene Wamalwa, George Natembea, Fred Matiang'i, Rigiji yako hapo jikoni ndio na chora maneno. And I want to assure you, I want to assure the people of Kenya, we have a formula to give you good leadership. And your son Kalonzo Musyoka is a serious player in that negotiation. Na I want to assure nyinyi watu ya Ukambani, huyu kiongozi wenu na nyinyi tutalegesha heshima yenu kama jamii. Mumetharauliwa miaka mingi sana, si ndio? Si mumetharauliwa sana? Sasa tumeshikana. So watu hapa ni Mount Kenya South na sisi pale, watu ya jamii ya Mlembe wako hapa, Wamaa wako pale, Wakisii wako pale. Wanajaribu kutuunganisha ati vile tunaweza kosana mapema. Sisi wajinga. Hakuna hatuwezi kosana.
President William Ruto has challenged his opponents to have a better plan than him in the race to State House come 2027, saying he will not be threatened by naysayers. The head of state was speaking in Chepalungu, Bomet County, revealing his scorecard in the education, health, agriculture sectors, as well as progress of the economy. William Ruto says he is confident he will pass the test in 2 years' time.
Mimi ninajua ya kwamba nimepatiwa kazi na wananchi wa taifa la Kenya. Na hiyo kazi nimepatiwa, najua mtihani ni 2027. Na hiyo mtihani ya 2027 sipangi kuanguka hiyo mtihani. Hiyo mtihani ya 2027 mimi najua vile nitapita hiyo mtihani. Kwa sababu mlianiambia nirekebishe kilimo. Na hiyo kilimo nimerekebisha. Chai inalipa better. Kahawa inalipa better. Fertilizer nimeteremsha chini. Maziwa inalipa better. Sio ndio mtihani? Muliniambia niunganishe stima. In 5 years tutakuwa tumeunganisha 1.2 million people. Muliniambia nirekebishe elimu. Elimu nimenyorosha CBC. Nimeajiri walimu 76,000. Niko na funding model mpya ambaye imeokoa ma university karibu 23 ilikuwa imecollapse. Hiyo program inaendelea mzuri. Tulikubaliana na nyinyi mambo ya kupanga ajira ya vijana. Hiyo ajira inasonga pale kwa affordable housing, inasonga kwa mambo ya market, inasonga kwa mambo ya digital jobs, inasonga kwa mambo ya export of labor. Mimi niko na scorecard ambaye itadhihirisha wazi ya kwamba hiyo kazi ya kupanga ajira ya vijana nimetekeleza. So wale wanaongea mambo mingi wajitayarishe kwa hii mtihani. Wasiongee tu hivi. They must have a plan, and that plan must be better than mine. Lakini kama ni kuongea tu hii kelele, watazama asubuhi na mapema. So usikuwe na wasiwasi.
President William Ruto has at the same time advised Kenyans not to be misled over the provision of universal health care under the Social Health Authority, saying the health program is providing more and better services than ever before. The president encouraged Kenyans to continue registering so that they could access enhanced medical coverage. He pointed out that more than 21 million Kenyans have registered so far and are enjoying the benefits of primary health care and social health insurance. On Monday alone, 47,000 Kenyans registered for SHA. President Ruto disclosed of this, 22,000 have paid their premiums.
Mambo ya afya ndio hii. hakuja kuwa na watu milioni 21 wamesajiliwa katika mpango ya afya. Kufikia sasa, jana, watu 21 million walikuwa wamejisajili kwa programu ya SHA. Ile zamani ya NHIF ilikuwa kati ya 7 million hapo 8 million. Na hii mpango itafikia kila mtu. Ile ya zamani ilikuwa na ubaguzi. Hii nitahakikisha imefikia mama mboga, imefikia mama wa kijiji yote, pia na wao watakuwa na bima ya afya kama sisi ambao tuko na kazi, ambao tuko na uwezo. Even those who cannot afford will have a universal health cover. Tuko na watu katika hii vijiji yote hii pia wako na bills ya hospitali. Lakini haiwezekani sisi wote ama mimi ama viongozi waweze kulipia kila mtu. Lakini tunaweza kuwa na mpango ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba sio wale wenye uwezo peke yao wanashughulikiwa, kila mwananchi anashughulikiwa. Na hii program ya Taifa Care, hiyo SHA, ndio itahakikisha kila mmoja wetu atafikiwa na usaidizi wa mambo ya matibabu.
Members of Parliament have voiced their concerns with regards to the National Government Constituency Development Fund, NGCDF Kitty, emphasizing its vital role in community development. The legislators say the fund has been instrumental in uplifting society, particularly in enabling students access education. The reactions come just days after former Prime Minister Raila Odinga proposed the NGCDF be devolved to the county level. The courts had declared the fund unconstitutional, prompting members of Parliament to propose its entrenchment into the Constitution.
Mr. Speaker, over the years, we have seen a gradual increment of CDF allocations. What is surprising under this House, and this is what I want to say, Mr. Speaker, 1 month to the end of financial year, you are yet to receive even something commensurate with the first quarter of the financial year. Yet we are here advocating for everything else. Right now, CDF is under threat. And I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, very sincerely for that decision of the Supreme Court. I know without your input, without all the brains, legal brains that you have put together, even that judgment will not have been possible.
Speaker, we have less than 10 days before the schools open. The kids, they are going to go back to school without bursaries. Mr. Speaker, there are so many projects, CDF projects and also GAP, Mr. Speaker, which has been started and not been completed because of lack of the funds. And Mr. Speaker, the CS has not kept his word when he told us he was going to release money every week. Mr. Speaker, up to now, I think they have only released almost a quarter of it, Honorable Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, we are saying this afternoon, order number 1 is a CDF.
We are so passionately speaking about CDF because it is a very classical and typical example of what real devolution is. If you come to our county speaker, it's very easy to see with your naked eyes what CDF has done, but not what other funds are doing. And Mr. Speaker, I want the CS to hear this. Now that you've promised he's coming here tomorrow, he'd rather come here after he's disbursed monies to our accounts and come here with whatever evidence to show that that money has gone there. Failure to which, Mr. Speaker, will hold him hostage here until that is done.
Tomorrow, at exactly 3, the CS Treasury is here. And we are going to make sure, and I've already told him, that is not coming here to engage in any unhelpful rigmaroles. He's coming here first to tell us that a portion of the money has been wired.
Interesting. It will be a battle between the executive versus the legislators, and how that will go down in Parliament tomorrow afternoon. We'll be keeping tabs on that as well, but still within Parliament. Now, members of the National Assembly Administration and Internal Security Committee have raised a red flag regarding the ownership of the multi-billion e-citizen platform, with a contract agreement between the government and a consortium of service providers raising questions on the due diligence done by the government.
And concerning security and compliance control, the e-citizen system is continuously monitored via Security Operating Center, which is at the Nyayo House, providing real-time monitoring, checking on any intrusion so that such intrusion is detected and dealt with in good time.
I've just read it the way it has been given to me, and I can tell you, Chair, it is very scary.
The former PS kept saying that e-citizen is fully owned by government, and from the look of things, it looks very different. We'll need time to interrogate the contracts so that we can also be able to engage appropriately.
Maybe we can able to step down, have members go through the contract document, because that was the whole big issue. Maybe the DG can also at least supply us with the material needed or necessary. Then we have also a session and a retreat with our members so that we consider now calling back again.
The vetting exercise for individuals seeking to become commissioners of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) continued Tuesday, with 6 candidates scheduled for interviews. The first to take stage was Moses Alutalala Muhwana from Kakamega. Others are Moses Lemayan, Mustafa Mohamed, Mwanahamisi Ali, Nelly Ilongo, and Obadia Kipkoech.
Every day, there are people who are incarcerated. Yes. The ones who are there today were not there yesterday, for example. And those who are there in today need to vote. So how would you, assuming now you are rolling out the program?
Thank you. The IBC is mandated to conduct continuous voter registration. If that is the law, then the same ought to be applied to those who are incarcerated, so that they are not disadvantaged in any way. Because the reason why IBC is mandated to continue regular registration, not continuous registration, and not just when we have the elections coming, is so that the voter roll is updated and the right to participate in election is enhanced.
Kindly elaborate to us what the procedure or how business conducted at the commission, IBC in this case.
The quorum is 5, but the absence of a commissioner that will not actually necessitate, that there is no quorum. Then secondly, it is about the manner of decision making. Consensus is encouraged, but if that is not achieved, then voting is actually conducted. Then there's also provision for dispute resolution.
Former Standard Group media employees on Tuesday held protests outside the company's headquarters demanding payment of the outstanding salary arrears. The ex-workers have accused the company of failing to honor its financial obligations, leaving them in distress. They also alleged failure to remit critical deductions such as the pensions contribution and taxes. The affected workers have called on the government, labor union, and media stakeholders to intervene to ensure justice is served.
And we have come together to reveal long-standing labor and human rights violations committed by this company. The allegations highlight a systematic pattern of misconduct, including unpaid salary, non-remittance of essential deductions, and unpaid redundancy dues, impacting the former employees' financial well-being and overall livelihoods, including those of their dependents. Since 2018, Standard Group has failed to remit critical deductions from employees' paycheck, including contributions to SACCO, NHIF, pension, NSSF, and KRA. This has left numerous employees and their families in financial distress and without access to vital services, including healthcare. We are calling on the government to take charge and hold Standard Group accountable. This campaign is also calling on labor unions and the public to support us in our pursuit for justice as we seek immediate payment of salary dues and the honor of all financial obligations that Standard Group.
All right, at that point, allow us to take a quick breather. We'll be back shortly with more news making headlines. Stay with us. And the lack of goodwill from Governor George Natembeya, the union criticized the governor for failing to remit Social Health Authority deductions for 3 months and for not providing essential medical equipment needed to deliver quality healthcare services. KMPDU North Rift Vice Chairperson Dr. Darwin Ambuka expressed concern over Governor Natembeya's frequent presence on social media while the county's health sector continues to deteriorate.
Of health to award services to your own people. So we do not want and we do not care. By the way, we are not politicians here. The thing you are doing there may look politically palatable, but on the healthcare deliverables, whatever you are doing is an injustice, not only to the doctors and the health workers of Trans Nzoia. You are doing injustice to the people of Trans Nzoia.
We know people will say that NHIF was marred with a lot of corruption and all that, but I don't think we are seeing any difference in SHA currently as we talk. Because if we say that members should actually take this card and they go to the health facilities and access services, but at the same time we are not paying for these services, what is going to happen to these facilities? They are going to collapse. So tomorrow there will be nowhere to run to when you are sick. We said the other day that the national government through the treasury has to be very deliberate because the capitation that currently is being given by the treasury is actually not enough. 900 shillings per member in every county. You see, this is just a drop in the ocean. Have we done the calculations? Have we done the costing for us to be able to know for a certain procedure to be done, for a certain service to be offered, how much is needed for us to be able to give that service? And not just giving the services, but we as doctors are concerned more with affordable, yes, but also quality. The word quality has to come in.
Now to sports, President William Ruto handed over the Kenyan flag to the under-20 men's football team in State House, Nairobi on Tuesday. The men's football team will compete in the 2025 Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. While expressing the best wishes to the team, the president noted that the government remained committed to enhancing the country's sports infrastructure. He said setting up the right infrastructure would support youth, particularly in harnessing and nurturing their talents. Kenya's team was placed under Group B with Nigeria, Tunisia, and Morocco in the Under-20 African Cup of Nations.
Very happy first today to be here for the invitation, and us as boys, we have been happy because we have been kept in a good environment, and the preparations have been well. And about the group that we are in, I want to assure you that as under-20, we are going to fight. We are going to make the Kenyans proud.
We have prepared very well over the last couple of months. The team led by the youth committee chairman, who's also my vice president, McDonald Mariga, and his team have done a wonderful job in putting this team together and preparing them for this championship. Your Excellency, we are making every stride, every measure is being put in place to ensure that we revive football in this country and to ensure that we have the best for our youth.
We are in many other spheres globally. And I have no doubt in my mind that the talent we have in Kenya, the sporting talent, is not just about athletics. It's across all disciplines. And therefore, we want to see the international talent of Kenya.
All right, we wish the Kenya under-20 men's team all the best as they go on to the African Cup of Nations. I remember back a few weeks ago, I said right here that it's quite a busy sporting year for Team Kenya in all fields, not just football, but also rugby, talk about volleyball, talk about athletics as well, because it's quite a packed year. We have the World Athletics Championships happening later on in August. You've got the World Volleyball Championships happening later on in August as well. The rugby team, both men and women, have been out and about in the HSBC series. So quite a busy year, and wish all Team Kenya all the best this year, 2025. Allow us to wrap it up at that point tonight. Thank you for watching. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Laura Omondi. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Blessed night. Stay safe. Most importantly, keep warm.